What are these, babe?
These are letters to my grandma and my mum, basically from me, basically saying not to murder Luke because he's about to propose to me.
These are letters Storm made when she knew I wanted to propose to her because she knew her family wouldn't.
I didn't think my family would be very supportive of it. I wrote these towards the start of the relationship when
Interruption.
when it was serious, but I didn't think Luke was going to do it for a while because I didn't want to write them and then him do it the next week, if that makes sense.
But then she gave them to me and they've been in the glove box of my car for me to give to her family when I want to propose.
Yeah.
Just so they know.
Okay. Pause.
Anyways, I'm going to read these letters because I haven't read them before and I'm super keen to read them.
So.
Correct.
Yeah, so I honestly thought my mum would hate the idea of being engaged. Oh, for example, when me and Mika got Millie, I told Mum I had something to tell her and she goes, "Oh God, you're not engaged, are you?" Or something like that. She was like, "At least you're not engaged." She kept saying these things and I'm freaking out, but she was apparently pretty chill and perfectly fine when we got engaged.
Which one first?
Okay, I originally wrote Mum's first, but Grandma's, I'm pretty sure, was written basically you either had to give it to Grandma first.
Or if I give it to Mum, don't give it to your Grandma.
Or if you give it to Mum first, don't give it to Grandma.
Okay,
so go Grandma's
Grandma
first.
first.
I can't remember what these say.
Can't you?
Nah. Why is it so long? Oh my goodness.
I already see something funny here.
Yeah, you start from the beginning.
I'll tell you when I get there. Dear Grandma, I've written and rewritten this letter so many times over now. Over now?
Is there a typo?
What's that mean? Over now? No, just what's over now mean? I've written this time so many over. So many times over
now.
I've
written this so many times over now. No, there's no comma.
There's no right way to say it the way I want it. But there's no. Let's start again. Dear Grandma, I've written and rewritten this letter so many times over now. There's no way to say it right the way I want it. So here's my next attempt. Please be patient with me and read. No. Oh, do you want to?
Well, I just thought it's meant to be my voice. Yes.
Please be patient with me and read through everything thoughtfully and carefully. I'm writing this way before it's necessary, because I want it to be a surprise for me in the future. There's a chance I'll have completely forgotten about this letter by the time you open it, which is what I want. If Luke hasn't already mentioned his reason for coming to you, then he's planning to marry me, or planning to propose. I'm probably too scared to go any further. I'm proud of him for getting up the courage to give this to you.
Didn't even need it.
Before you think or do anything else, keep reading. You are probably the first to know. Sky might know by this point, or Mika. I have no idea, of course, but there's a good chance you're the first to hear of it. Now, I wanted Mum to be the first to know, without sounding inconsiderate.
Without sounding inconsiderate?
Without sounded.
No. What?
Without sounded inconsiderate of you.
Oh.
Typo.
Oh, I'm a bloody editor. I can't.
Typo.
To be fair, I was very nervous writing.
To be fair, at least you closed your bracket. Not many people
closed
their brackets.
I remember. I was I'd rewritten it so many times. By this point, I was like, you know what? If I reread it and edit it, I'm going to change it. So I just left it. It's literally how it's written.
Without sounding inconsiderate of you, of course. You deserve to know just as much, but it's complicated. And this complication is the reason you're reading this before her. When Mika and I got Millie, I told Mum I had something to tell her, and I wanted to tell her in person. When I finally told her about Millie, she had mixed emotions. Mostly she was concerned for the future Millie and my fiancé finance/mental state. But there was a side note. She believed the news I was bringing to her was that Luke and I got engaged. Jokingly, I said it would have been easier to tell her that we were engaged than it was to tell her about Millie. I see Millie as a living being, while engagement isn't really something that stops breathing if you run out of money and insurance.
Fair enough.
Mum didn't see it that way. She said repeatedly and with a lot of emphasis how much worse it would have been if Luke and I got engaged. She said there's no way I'm getting engaged before finishing uni. This is where it gets complicated.
I just won't ever get engaged my entire bloody life.
This is where it gets complicated. There's a chance I'll never be finished with uni. This course is almost halfway through, 2 more years left, and then I've got a degree. Well, 3 actually, but that's not the end. I don't know what will happen next. I could start working a bit before I go on to do my vet course, or I could go straight into vet. I could get to the end of vet work a bit more and then find another aspect of uni or other education that'll aid me in becoming the person I want to be and spend more years learning. At this rate, I'm not finishing my first degree until 22. You wish. That's the bit I found funny at the beginning, by the way. Yeah, you're 22 in like a couple months. At this rate, I'm not finishing my first degree until I'm 22, and then I have minimum 4 years after that. That's not accounting for any delays and complications. You never know what life has in store. Jesus, did you know what was coming when you read this? And I can't possibly plan that far ahead. This is me trying to be thoughtful. I have a dislike of tradition, a hatred of the idea of girls getting handed off to their future partners by their fathers, as if males own the world and females have no say in how they're sold. But despite this, I want Luke to get Mum's permission. I know she practically preaches independence and has since I was young, but she's done so much for me over life. So have you, but you understand what I mean. She deserves to be given the opportunity to be involved in my life. But she is completely 110% against the slightest idea of engagement, so I wrote this letter and told Luke to take it, so that one day when he started to plan for this particular future, he'd be able to give this to you himself so you could read it, and hopefully you can help him convince Mum that this isn't such a bad idea after all. Engagement doesn't mean marriage. I promise her I won't do anything stupid that takes me away from my education. Obviously this is me. My work with animals is my life. It has been since year 2. It takes time to save up for anything. Anyway, priorities still exist. Rent, insurance, family, etc. Mum doesn't have to worry about anything taking away from my education. That's for me to worry about, and it will be considered and prioritised, that I can guarantee. But I need her permission for this, and I need Luke to get her permission, and I need you to help him. So help Luke for me, Grandma, and I hope after all this I say yes. Lissy, and thanks, your oldest grandchild.
I almost forgot to say yes. I will just put that in.
Yeah, you almost did forget to say yes. Oh, your mum gets bigger writing.
I might also add in that I thought that, like, if you got engaged, everyone would assume we get married like the next year.
Yeah, no, that's not how it's.
But that's not how it's going to be, because
we
I
have
want
movie
to.
6-year engagement.
Yeah.
We could double that.
Like, I don't even think we could afford to just turn up at the registry's office at this rate.
We could double that. We can go 12-year engagement.
12-year engagement.
We can do it.
But
we can do this.
But yeah, no, we're not going to get married for a while.
Your mum got bigger writing and not as much. I like how your grandma got dear grandma. Mum gets, hey mum. Moment of truth. Hey mum. I had to start this letter with the same words I always use when I want something.
Told you.
Because I want something now, and it's something big that you're not likely to agree with. Of course, I wrote this expecting you to read it in the future and not anytime soon, which makes it confusing for me to write, but I'm going to try. If you're reading this, Luke wants to propose to me, and I thought you were like putting your arm up, like in like a classroom.
Yeah, I am.
What do you want?
I just realised that you weren't meant to ever read these.
I know, that's why I wanted to read them.
Okay, continue.
We also have to.
Oh.
If you're reading this, Luke wants to propose to me, and though I'm unsure of the future to come, I'm writing this letter knowing that I will one day want that for myself, and I should be given the chance to say yes, or no, or not just yet. But before he gives me the chance, he has to ask you. This isn't about the traditional views of asking permission. This is about the fact that you're someone who means a lot to me. You've gotten through life and given me the best upbringing I could.
Gotten me through life.
Gotten me through life and given me the best upbringing I could ever ask for. Taught me everything I could ever need to know. It's not so much your permission I want, but your approval of us. I want to give you the chance to be involved in every way possible. I don't want to include you from such an important part of my life. You'll know way before I do, so you've even got a head start. We should get your mum to read this, by the way.
Mm.
Obviously, I have no idea when this could happen, and record her and put her in after I read it.
Yes.
Obviously, I have no idea when this could happen. Could be tomorrow, though that's highly doubtful, or in 10 years' time. Which is why I also want to point out a few things. If I am engaged, that doesn't mean marriage is right around the corner. It's a step, not a leap. Like that. Marriage is a stress I can't handle for a while, not while I'm at uni. So no matter when the big question arrives, we won't be going any further until I've finished my degrees. Not many people get to say that with a plural. It's something that I thought about, and I think it would be something you'd consider as well. So don't worry, uni comes first. Animals come way before I do, no matter what. So please consider everything before you make your opinions and ends. Blissy Storm. Well, that was interesting.
I might add in
You
that
almost
I
didn't.
wasn't ready to say yes when I wrote these. Because I was really against marriage. I still am, sort of, but
Whatever your
Not that
fiance
much.
wants to hear.
I'm getting better now, but I hate being the centre of attention. I hate cameras on me.
Yeah, true.
I hate any attention on me.
Cameras on me started my own YouTube channel and
Yeah, but
vlog.
that's why I started my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So that I would get used to cameras on me, so that I could be more comfortable once he
With
came.
wedding photos and stuff.
No, so I could be comfortable taking pictures for my kid.
Yeah, no, but
3 exams, but it's in your own time, so you book in your exam yourself.
that's cool.
So I can finally go. But now, I'm upset.
No, but we'll work it up. Don't worry.
I bet they don't go this year.
Yeah.
They'll wait till next year and I'm back at uni.
No, if they do go this year, we'll work something out.
Okay.
Like, even if we, like, go down wherever they go, we could, like, go
There's
Thursday.
no point going Thursday night.
No, Thursday morning. I'll just take one day off work and go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I guess.
There's still 4 days.
Well,
Out of
still
7.
2 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, 3 days if we go back Monday morning.
We'll go Wednesday night and spend all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, come back
Wednesday
Monday
night you're
morning.
driving.
Fine, I'll drive.
I realise these places.
That's the video.
That's the end.
Bye.
Yes, we'll teach him to do thumbs
So
up.
give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and then we'll get way
Yeah,
more
if you want to
subscribers.
see this little
Wriggle what?
wriggle do a thumbs up in the future, then thumbs up and subscribe now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want that, like this video.
Oh dear. Anyway,
Anyways, bye.
stop slightly.
Just censor it.
Could you go check what that was?
This video will get done eventually. Bye. Ooh.